Hi guys, and welcome to 2021. We are on video 2 in my 2020 reading wrap up series where I talk about my most disappointing, least favorite, most surprising, most favorite, and my reading stats for 2020. Like I said, this is video number 2. Happy New Year, the second video I'm filming in the year of 2021. Wrapping up my thoughts about the books I've read in 2020. Quickly shout out to my brother and his girlfriend, Shop Section C. This is a shirt I got as a gift from them because I wanted it. Very New York. Don't talk to me. Check out their shop, link in the description down below. ShopSectionC.com. Now, that out of the way, the positives out of the way, let's talk about my least favorite books read in 2020. This was a hard list to come up with. To be quite honest, I have more disappointing books than books I didn't like. That's usually what I really go for with this least favorite. But it's definitely more least favorite than did not like. There's a couple on here I definitely did not like. But the others are more like, not disappointing, but just, this wasn't for me. So this is not a hate video. I didn't hate any of these. Well, no, I didn't hate any of these. But I dislike them a lot and will not be rereading any of them. So let's just quickly go over them. I'll link up above where I give like real reviews and synopsis, because that's not the point of this video, but you can check out my previous videos for each one to hear more details if you wish. First off, and again, this is not in order from in any kind of order except read order, because I just look at all the books I read list, which is in chronological order, and pick as I go. So, yeah, they're just written how I found them. Tower of Swallows by Andrzej Sapkowski. I've been reading the Witcher series since the last year. Plan to finish it this year, but this book really tested me. I was like, maybe I won't finish this series because I did not like this book. On the one hand, I don't think anyone is really supposed to. There are 3 main characters in the Witcher series. Geralt, the main Witcher, Ciri, the child of destiny, and Yennefer, the sorceress. Ciri goes through it in this book. If you thought she went through it in the previous books, no. This is definitely the worst. There is a character who is straight up malicious and sadistic. That's what I'm looking for. Sadistic. He, not literally, well, he quite literally gets off on causing pain and harm, and specifically to Ciri. And when I say get off, I don't mean like ejaculation or whatever. I just mean like emotionally and mentally. Like, that's his thing. That gives him joy and pleasure. So, yeah. And I honestly, I probably should reread at least this part, but I don't even know how she gets out of that situation. I'll spoil it. But it's for a huge chunk of the book. There's that. And Yennefer and Geralt are also going through it. All of this, though, is for the most part told from points of view that are not any of those people or the ones hanging out with them, which is really, really frustrating. I will say I do like the kind of little found family that Geralt has in this book. I do. It's just the whole series has this thing where Sapkowski has people who are not main, secondary, or tertiary characters telling the story from their point of view. So you get a lot of shit you don't care about. And this book was the epitome of that. And I deal with it in the other books, but this one, it enraged me. So let me not continue on. It's not a happy book, but I think if a lot of that outsider point of view description stuff was not there, I would not. I would just deal with it. There's also a lot of politics in this one. There was more than there was in the previous ones, and this is a filled with politics series. So you get all these people, and it's just like, huh? So yeah, and then having read past it now, and I did like The Lady of the Lake. I liked it a lot. So there's that. But having gotten past it, I'm still like, what? Why? So, that being said, this was the least favorite. And actually, these are not in order of read because I think that was the last one read. Oh my god, could you tell I don't like that? Next, The Truth About Love by Stephanie Lawrence. This is book 12 in the Sinster series. This is a series I wanted to continue reading because I really liked it. The Sinsters is a historical romance series by Stephanie Lawrence that I quite enjoy. And we're following a family called the Sinsters. And at this point, we're at the younger siblings of some of the characters in the earlier part of the series. And I know who they are because they were in the previous books, being siblings. And I was like, oh, they're getting their own book, so I want to read more. I didn't like this one. We're following Gerard, who's the younger brother of the heroine in the second or third book of the series. And he's a painter. And I know some people were like rolling their eyes in some reviews saying that the whole premise of him being able to paint people's emotions or their real personality is ridiculous. That didn't bother me. I did not really feel the connection between him and his heroine, and I did not like the plot is very ridiculous. All these people believe this woman or this girl killed her mother, and they've known her and her mother their entire lives, but they just believe it. But they don't want to hurt her or her father, so they don't say anything to the authorities. They just make her life miserable by pretending not to know she killed her mother. And then the bad guys at the end, I didn't think that was done very well at all. So I didn't like this. I was very disappointed. And I just didn't like it. So next, The Wild Swans by Hans Christian Andersen. So I read it out of this bind up of fairy tales by Hans Christian Andersen. I don't know why I said Hans Christian Andersen. It's a really short story. The reason I read it is because I had read Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McLemore and loved it, but I've never. It's based on two stories: the Rose Red, Snow White and Rose Red, and then the Wild Swans. Obviously, I know Snow White and Rose Red story, so I wanted to read the Wild Swans. I didn't like it. I did not like it. It was short. I don't, and a lot happened in this tale, but it's very Christian, which I was not expecting, and that's not necessarily the bad part. I don't know. This didn't do it for me. It just didn't. I can't even tell you why. I just felt nothing really for it. Um, so yeah, let's just move on. Lastly, Heartstopper Volume 1. I read this. I read this to fulfill a prompt for Becca's Bookopoly, or Becca's Bookopolathon, and it was short. This is a graphic novel. A At this point, because the story is only partially told, it's volume 1. Let's say male love male. But it definitely falls into some LGBT plus rep category. A lot of people are like, oh, it's sweet and it's cute. This is a YA romance thing. I didn't get anything from it. I didn't feel sweet. I didn't feel cute. I was just like, when is this going to end? I didn't like the art style, which didn't help. It wasn't a bad art style. It's not a bad book. I'll continue. I'll probably just go online one day and read the webcomic instead of getting the books out. Because there was a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end, and I'm like, oh, okay. I know they get together because there's a book that came out before this where they're already together and they're like background characters. So, yeah. I didn't get anything from it. And that was disappointing because I know it's a fave of book Twitter, or not book Twitter, booktube at the very least. And maybe it just wasn't for me. Obviously it wasn't for me, but I didn't get anything out of it. So those are my least favorite books of 2020, which is not bad. There was only 2 on here where I was just like upset. But yeah, so thinking about it, I was trying to figure out what to put on disappointing and what to put on least favorite, because some I mentioned in this, like, I was disappointed, but that wasn't my main feeling, so that's how I went with. I was just like, I don't like this, and that's why I'm disappointed. Whereas there were things in the others where I like them a little bit more than these least favorite. These least favorite are definitely rated low, and therefore the least favorite reads of 2020. So let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books. If you've gotten this far in the video, leave me an X emoji to let me know. If you have read any of these books, what did you think of them? What were your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree with anything that I've said? Do check out the linked videos if you want more details about what these books are about, because I've already gone on way too long about them. But yeah, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Like I said, this is book 2 in the series, going about the books I've read in 2020. I have 3 more videos at least coming out, and I do bi-monthly reading wrap-ups of the books I've read. So, and occasionally tags. So do check out those videos. Hit the notification bell if any of the ones coming up sound interesting to you, so you know when they come out. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.